Do you remember that thing where I said that if I was going to have a life that I would take you with me? Yeah, I did a thing this week and I'm going to take you with me with some footage. Let's get into it.
Never gonna stop now, baby.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the house that is officially mad. If you're new around here, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like to be nosy like me, click on that notification bell and then you'll know when I've uploaded a video. If you like being nosy like me, I like being nosy. So I'm all for notification bells. Ding dong. I also have ways that you can support me if you choose to do so. No obligation. I have Buy Me a Coffee. I have memberships now. I'll put all of that shebang in the description box below. Let's just get on with this video, shall we? So it's been a minute or two since I was around. I really needed to take a week off, like a solid week. For me. It's not that I don't love anybody. I do. But I just needed some time out for myself. As you know, I do get quite a bit of stress going on here at home. And yeah, that was my body and my mind was saying very clearly, step back, take some time out for you. So I listened and I stepped back and took some time out for me. I tried to sort of keep interactions going by doing shorts and, that was all right. I know people were worried about me and I didn't want anybody to worry. I was fine. I just needed some time out. That was all. That was it. That's all I needed. So, yes, I did a thing this last week. Shall I put some footage in for you to have a look at? Well, you see, I did something this week that I've never done before. Now, I have been out before, but it's where I went. I've never experienced this before, but I did on Wednesday. So let's have a look at some footage. Okay, here we go. You really must, since you must, just a moment. You can see you make an absolute. Anyway, okay, so.
Other side. Ready, 1, 2, hook!
Hey!
Oh, yeah, oh, okay, alright, okay, one more, wow, one more, alright, here comes the right. Ready, 1, 2, hook!
Hey! Yes. I did somewhat well, catching scrambled egg in my gob, did I not? And catching the bowls. Okay, so I dropped 2, but that last one would have been disastrous if I hadn't caught that, but I cottoned on to how it worked real quick. Got to steady those bowls with your hands because they're melamine bowls. They sort of slide and slip around a bit. But yes, that was fun. My kids were somewhat, okay, didn't know Mum could do that. And I'm like, glad I can still surprise some people around here in these here parts. So you're probably wondering, what did I notice? That whole thing, that whole setup of going out. For context, I have not been out of this house since, let's say, 8 months. Okay? So what's the first thing that I noticed? I walked to the car. First of all, I was able to walk between the front of the car and the garage door where my husband always parks it without having to say, could you move the car? Or could you open the garage door so I can fit my caboose behind it? Didn't have to do that. I was able to slide through, not a problem. Sideways, because I has a sideways now. I do have somewhat of a sideways now. So, yes, that's an in-joke for Adrian. Sorry, I call him Adrian, but anyway. So, yes, honey, I do have a sideways now. The other thing that I noticed was that it was a bit treacherous because it was persisting down with rain. So I was very aware of the safety issues of wet ground. But, I just took it really, really slowly. got away all the way around to the car passenger side, and I sat down in the car, and I'm like, oh, okay, I has room. But one of the things that that became very, very apparent very, very quickly, whereas I was a bit huffy and puffy, didn't take me long to catch my breath. I was like, that ended in moments. I caught my breath back real quick. So fitness is getting better. Not gonna lie there. What else happened? I was able to get in the car with no problems, hoist the legs in and all of that. Then I went to put the seatbelt on. That was a bit of a shocker, because usually the part that goes across the shoulders, beforehand I was so firmly wedged into the passenger side, the seatbelt was like cutting across my neck, and I'd have to sort of put my hand there to stop it from hitting and hurting my neck. But this time, no. I had, between me and pulling the seatbelt out all the way, there was probably about that much of a gap. I know. I was able to move the belt all the way down to my waist. It was a bit of a shocker. And usually I've never been able to shut the car door on myself. And even though I still couldn't, my youngest son was somewhat surprised that it didn't need a full-on slam to actually get me wedged in there. It just shut. The door just shut normally. I also, when I was sitting in the chair in the passenger side, I was aware that, because I've lost some weight off my belly isn't hanging over my knees, pushing my knees down. I was able to move my legs freely in the passenger side. It was heavenly. So that made the actual journey itself to the restaurant a lot easier for me. It wasn't as woeful, let's put it that way. So let's cut to when we arrive. My husband, bless his heart, we had two ways of getting in, all right? There was one that had ramp access, and there was another one that was a shorter way. Shortest. There's a Tolkien quote. Hang on. Shortcuts make long delays. Well, I took that shortcut and I made it mine, because got out of the car, walked around the mountain, went to the part where I was, what I thought was the shortest distance. Lo and behold, for whatever reason nobody mentioned, there was 3 steps up to that level where the ramp was around the back. And I'm like, okay, so I've got a choice here. I either turn back on myself and go around the ramp, or I face these steps and own them. Now, I'm not great with steps. There was 3 of them. There was a pylon there that had a light on it. I thought, okay, that's a little bit further forward. I'm going to have to maneuver myself a little bit, but I can do this. And I owned those 3 steps, and I got up them. My husband was there ready with his hands to hoist me up. I went, nope, nope, nope. I do this myself or not at all. And he said, yeah, but you're going to just keep going, aren't you? I said, I'm going to own this. I'm going to take this challenge and meet it head on. And I did exactly that. And I got up to the top step and walked past my husband, leaving him like this. So we walk into the restaurant and we had to wait a little bit, and they were so accommodating, making sure that I was physically comfortable. That was the first thing. They were just so fantastic. Tempest Restaurant, I love you. Not sponsored, but I love you guys. You were epic. And as for my dietary needs, I literally just had meat. Which reminds me, I have another little piece of footage for you. So here I am at the Tempest and I'm about to try Wagyu for the first time. Here we go. Really? Wow. Oh, wow. I'm going to eat this. Bye. So yes, not only did I experience teppanyaki for the first time, I tasted my first Wagyu, however you want to pronounce it, beef. I've never tasted anything like that in all my life. That was really quite remarkable. Now, tomahawk steaks, I'll always love those, but one level above that, Wagyu beef. Can confirm, tastes really good. Now, they were prepared to cook all my food in butter, but me being me, said just cook everybody's meals in butter. They're better off. I made an executive decision for the family, and it was the right one, because there's a photograph. They had great big tubs of like knobs of butter next to the cooking station, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna love this place. And he cooked my stuff separately to everyone else's because they had like soy sauce and all of that. I didn't want any of that. I did treat myself to a little bit of fresh garlic, and it was a little bit. And he every step of the way, he said, would you like a little bit of garlic? I said, yeah, I think I will. I'll try a little bit of garlic, just a little bit, but it was fresh, you see. It wasn't dried garlic. It wasn't powdered garlic. It was freshly chopped garlic. And oh, the taste. Oh gosh, that tasted good. Given that I haven't had seasonings and stuff like that for like 9 months, it was a treat and a half. Did I experience any problems afterwards, digestive wise? Not really. Not really. But I'm not having garlic from that. That was a one-off. It's not something that I'll do all the time, but it was a situation where I just wanted to sort of loosen the stays a little bit and have a little bit of flavour, just a little tiny bit. And it's well within the ranges of what you can have, because they say, in terms of herbs and spices, have what your body can tolerate. Remember that. Yeah, just write that down. You can have what your body tolerates. I didn't have any adverse effects. Not really. If I did, don't remember them. But all in all, the night was just fantastic. It really was. And here we go. I'll put a little photograph. Got a photograph of me and the family. You've got along the bottom there my husband, me, and then my mother-in-law. And the top row, you've got Dylan, my eldest son. The middle one is Joshua, my 16-year-old, and whether he gets to 17 is another matter. Kidding. And then Dylan's friend, Luke, who is adorable. He's such a lovely, lovely guy. And, he's been told, just let me know when you're turning up. You're welcome here anytime you like. He's a gamer like all of us. He's just such a sweetheart. He really, really is. I can not say enough nice things about that guy. He's wonderful, and he's Dylan's friend, and you could only hope that your child has a really good friend like my son has in Luke. So he was included with the family celebrations because, yeah, he's just a really nice guy, and he's almost like part of the family. He puts up with my crazy, so he laughs at my jokes. Hey, I'm not going to complain, right? So what about the measurements and what about the weigh-ins? I know you guys hang out for this stuff. I just hope it's not the only thing that you hang out for, because that's not the only thing that this is about. It's a small part of it, the weigh-ins and the measurements. Of course it is. Let's be real. But the biggest part of it is what I was able to accomplish on Wednesday. So without much further ado, cue the montage. Not too bad. I'm not unhappy about it. I'm not happy about it. I'm just like, I'm all even Stevens about it. You know, like I said, I know a lot of people like seeing the weigh-in videos. And I get it. I do, I get it. But for me, this weigh-in pales in comparison, like big time, pales in comparison to the fact that I was able to walk any kind of distance whatsoever and catch my breath within moments. Whereas 9 months ago, I'd have walked the same distance. I could have done it when it nearly killed me, but I'd have done it. But it would have taken me a good 10, 15 minutes to catch my breath. As for the body pain next day, sure, I had body pain. But you have to remember one thing. Anything beyond that front door was extra movement. So, yeah, there was gonna be pain. But I faced it like a champion. Did I hobble around like an old woman the next day? Yup. And, the kids were like, "Oh, Mum, you're in so much pain." I said, "Yep, but it was totally worth it." It's even got me thinking that I may just be about ready to go to the opera next October, because there is something I want to see desperately, desperately want to see it. There is a gentleman that I want to hear live, and he happens to be singing in one of my favorite Verdi pieces, Verdi's Requiem. I need to hear him sing this live. I really need to hear him sing in Verdi's Requiem. So that is my goal. And if Wednesday has shown me anything, it has shown me that, scales and tape measures aside, that this lifestyle can deliver the goods as long as you put the work in. And oh boy, have I put the work in. I got rewarded with so many non-scale victories on Wednesday. I haven't got enough fingers and toes to count my blessings on that one. But I could not have done it without you guys and your support, and the support of my family and friends, for which I will be eternally grateful. So on that note, I'm going to leave you in peace to ponder your non-scale victories. Think about it. What's worth it to you? So it took 9 months for me to be able to catch my breath within a few moments. It took 9 months. Just 9 months. What are your non-scale victories? Shove them in the box below. I'd love to know what your non-scale victories are. Take the scales and the measuring tape right out of it. Don't want to hear it. I want to hear what benefits you've had from this lifestyle. Comment below. I'd like you to be kind to those around you. Protect your peace. Oh boy, don't take any crap. And be kind to yourself, especially if that means a little self-tough love talk. And I don't mean, oh, I've earned a piece of cake. Talk yourself out of it. I've earned that lolly. I've earned it. No, you haven't. It's not worth it. Get it out of your hands. That's what I mean by self-tough love talk. You are loved, you are appreciated, and you are enough. I'll see you on Thursday, folks, for a midweek video. Bye for now.